The world's fastest private jet crashes after diverting due to electrical power failure on this episode of Taking Off News. Hi, I'm Dan Milliken, and we've got breaking news. I'm on a long road trip, and Chewy is back here, but I wanted to get this breaking news out to you. On Monday, August 5th at 10:12 local time, a Cessna Citation 10 Plus, registration November 750 Golf Bravo, impacted the ground at Jamestown Airport in New York after diverting due to an electrical failure. The Citation 10 Plus is an upgraded version of the Citation 10. And to tell us more about the plane, here's Jerry Clemens, who is very familiar with the Cessna Citation line. Jerry?
The Citation 10 Plus is the fastest executive aircraft built today. And it's what an amazing aircraft. It's a great aircraft with a great safety record. And just to give you a little bit of details about it, the Citation 10 Plus can cruise at 51,000 feet. The typical cruise altitude for an executive aircraft is right around 45,000 feet, where the airlines will cruise at around 36,000, 37,000 feet. The speed of the Citation 10 is 528 knots at cruise. It's a lot of airplane. It requires two pilots, where some of the other Cessna Citations, you can, even some of the Citation CJ3 Plus, it's a swept wing, and it is capable enough, and Cessna's designed enough to where you can qualify as a single pilot. But with the Citation 10, it is a absolute requirement that you have two pilots, which obviously this one did today. What happened today, from what I understand, is they had a loss of electrical power. And so you were asking me about if you lose your electrical power, how do you get your gear down? Well, with the retract system in the Citations, they do have an emergency system to where you can, without electrical power, get the gear down, which I don't know if they utilize that or not, but that aircraft does have a system to where you can get the gear down even without electrical. And from looking at some information I looked at today, I did notice that the airport manager did make a statement there at Jamestown where they did put down, and that there were no radio calls or anything made, and so that must obviously not been an option for them. So did they have any electrical power? I don't know, but they did have the resources with that airplane to get the gear down if need be. So another thing I did today is I reached out to some of our insurance companies to find out if they had any loss history with the Citation 10s. And of course there were, but there were none that anyone could find due to mechanical failures in flight. So kudos to Cessna and Textron for that. Really, the only way we're going to find out with this scenario of what happened is by talking to those pilots, and I'm just thankful that they both survived this, and they were able to get out before this aircraft was engulfed in flames.
Thanks, Jerry. The Citation 10 Plus was flying from Dunkirk Airport in New York, which sits on the coast of Lake Erie, with a planned destination of Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport in Florida. At approximately 10,000 feet on the initial climb out, the aircraft crew announced they were having electrical problems and had lost electrical power. The flight crew diverted to Jamestown Airport, New York, which is 20 nautical miles from their departure at Dunkirk. According to ADSB data, the aircraft entered a left base for runway 25 at Jamestown, and the last recorded data shows the aircraft short of the runway, flying at 157 knots ground speed and descending at 1,000 feet per minute. The local fire department assisted in putting out the aircraft that was engulfed in flames after coming to rest in the grass next to the runway. It appears the aircraft swerved off the runway after landing hard. According to eyewitnesses, the two crew escaped the aircraft through the main door before it was engulfed in flames. Any landing you can walk away from. And I can't stress enough how good it is to report 0 fatalities. Even the most expensive private jet in the world can be replaced. A human being can't. One of the crew was transported to a local hospital with serious injuries, while the other crew member appeared to be unharmed. We still don't know what caused the electrical failure on this relatively new aircraft that had just taken off. Was it coming out of maintenance? We don't know. And what caused the crew members to possibly land hard enough to cause them to swerve off the runway? What we do know is that both pilots survived, which is always the outcome we're looking for. Hopefully, we will learn what happened and learn from that. The NTSB is being dispatched to investigate. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to support our sponsors that make these reports possible. And I'm putting them in the descriptions below, so please check them out, like 67 Designs, the best camera, tablet, and cell phone mounts for your plane, your boat, your car. And if you need insurance, Jerry, who you heard in the earlier part of this episode, it saved me a lot of money on my aviation insurance. Check him out at clemensinsurance.net. Remember, superior judgment trumps superior skills, and we'll see you later.